Everybody, Shannon Petrovich with Therapist Talks. What is a covert narcissist? There seems to be a myth that the covert narcissist is sort of a kinder, gentler form of the narcissist. But let's imagine for a minute that you're a journalist and you and your crew are hiding out in a war zone. The enemy has two sets of folks out to get you. They're the overt ops, the bombers, the troops, and you see and hear them coming. They're big, they're scary, they're aggressive. But then there are the covert ops. These guys are few, stealthy, scheming, cunning, and surgical in their strike. They're the masters of disguise. They make a plan, and when they hit you, you're caught completely off guard, completely by surprise, and you're done. A covert narcissist is no less dangerous than an overt one. In many ways, they're more destructive to your sense of self, your sense of safety, and your sense of sanity. A covert will hunt you, hurt you, and hold you hostage with the same level of damage, and done so stealthily that you are blindsided by it. When you've been with a covert, you're generally more baffled by what hit you. You can't believe you misjudged them so seriously when others in your life don't see them as narcissists. And so you have a harder time reality checking with family and friends. Others may have even bought into their manipulative stories and are blaming you for all the negative things that happened in the relationship. And too often, you're not even sure yourself what went wrong. Whereas the overt narcissist tends to be outwardly grandiose, aggressive, self-aggrandizing, and exploitive. They have extreme delusions of grandeur and a lot of need for attention. The covert tends towards smug, passive-aggressive, disdainful, contemptuous, and surgically scheming. Let's look at the 9 traits of narcissistic personality disorder and how they look with a covert. Number 1, that grandiose sense of self-importance. The overt exaggerates their achievements and talents, whereas the covert tends to act out in false humility. They will act in self-deprecating ways to manipulate you into complimenting them. This constant baiting forces others to pay attention to and build them up, but they do it in a twisted, manipulative way. They're very self-absorbed and hard-pressed to engage with others in a meaningful way, as all conversation has to focus back on them. Number 2, they're preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, beauty, and brilliance. They'll often share these outwardly as an overt will, but internally, this is still what drives them. Number 3, they believe they're special or unique and can only associate with other special, unique people. This comes across as disdain for others, contemptuousness, smugness, and distance. They don't have deep friendships or relationships, and they only stay connected as long as there's something in it for them. They think others are stupid and beneath them and not worth their time and attention. They'll often engage in passive-aggressive flavor of this by being that misunderstood special person. This gains attention through getting others to feel sorry for them and seeing them as victimized or abandoned. And others often fall into this and don't realize until later that the covert narcissist has created all of their abandonment by driving people away with their behavior. Number 4, requires excessive admiration and attention. This is usually manipulated in passive-aggressive ways, such as playing the victim, sullenness, silent treatment if you spend time with others, or smoldering anger when you don't give them the attention they demand. The covert has a big buffet of strategies they use to demand everyone's attention. When others get sick of adoring and admiring them, they even flip things and demand that they be doted on because they are sick or injured or upset or otherwise overwhelmed by life. Number 5, has a sense of entitlement, believing that others should comply with what they want when they want it. This underlying belief drives much of what they do and can be felt in a sense that they feel the world does and should revolve around them and their wants and needs. When it doesn't, the covert will resort to punishing, silent treatments, passive-aggressive sarcasm, playing the victim, and other kinds of implosive acting out. Number 6 is exploitive. They use others for their own needs and wants. Relationships with others are only maintained when they benefit the narcissist. When they find someone that has worth to them for some reason, they'll pour on the charm, shower up the compliments, and build them up so they can take everything they have to give. When they're used up or for any other reason not useful anymore, they will coldly cut somebody off and toss them out like last week's garbage. They'll trash talk them, find some small fault to expand on and overreact to, and coldly cut them off. Whereas the overt does this outwardly, the covert covers their tracks with cruel lies, twisted stories, and gossip to undermine the person so the narcissist's own cold viciousness is not so apparent. Number 7, they lack empathy. This means that they're unwilling to recognize or identify with the feelings and needs of others. Though they both have no feelings for others, the covert is often better at hiding this than the overt. The covert will often feign empathy, offer cheap lip service of concern for others, while their actions make it really clear they have no concern with and no feeling for anyone but themselves. When a person lacks empathy, they also lack guilt and remorse. If you don't feel for others, you don't care if you hurt them, and you don't feel badly about it. All narcissists lack these special or crucial aspects of human relationships, and they'll blame others for their issues, problems, and even their actions. Look what you made me do is a typical narcissistic response to them assaulting someone. The covert, by contrast, will frequently put on and off emotions like they're changing clothes. They'll put on sadness, then remorse, then tears, to show others they're not monsters, but underneath they really feel no empathy, no guilt, and no remorse. Number 8, they're envious of others and they believe everybody is envious of them. All narcissists are quick to play the game of being better than. They're in constant competition with others in everything, and they often create imaginary measuring up wars where others are not even aware. They use gossip, scheming, and other underhanded ways to win at all costs. Again, even when others are not aware they're competing. And finally, number 9, shows arrogant or haughty behaviors and attitudes. In the covert narcissist, this is a quiet smugness and sense of superiority. This is the eye-rolling contempt that tells you clearly how stupid they think you are. The brush off that tells you you're not even worth their time, energy, or care on any level. They will punish you with passive aggressiveness when you've thwarted them in any way. They look down on others, make fun of others, talk negatively about them continuously, and they only feel good if they can make others look bad. In all of these ways, the covert is just as dangerous as the overt, and in some ways more so. They hide, hunt, and hurt you in more stealthy, passive-aggressive ways and are good at making it seem like it's your fault. If you've appreciated this video, please subscribe and share on your social media. You never know when something you share might help someone else. Take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again soon.